Well, alrighty, it's me again. My life at 55. Ugh, not what I thought it would be. So, yesterday I went to my other school with my other kiddos. They are quite the lovey bunch, and I really adore these kids, but goodness gracious, are they chatty. So I just called like the main characters in, and I wanted to run through all the scenes and block everything so that that's done and out of the way. But every time I have this group of kids, they are chatty, and we don't get a lot done. So I was like, okay, today we're gonna sit down and we're gonna get to work and we're gonna get this done. And they were like, oh, okay, but then still chatty. And a little while we're working, we're doing pretty good, we're getting stuff done, and next thing I know, one of the kids is sitting, on a chair crying, and all the kids are like, she's crying, and I was like, oh no, okay, what's going on? Come here, honey, let's go outside and talk. So I take her outside, and I talk to her, and while I'm outside talking to her, the other kids are inside talking, because I'm by myself right now. I still don't have a stage manager, she says, oh, well, the other kids were talking about me, and then one of them came up and said, well, we're mad at you, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what really happened, because then I came in and I was like, okay, you four, come here, because there was four of them involved, including her. And one other girl keeps going, oh, I know I can tell you. I'm like, you weren't even involved. I don't want to hear what you have to say because you weren't involved. So I gather the four of them, and I'm like, okay, so what happened? And they were kind of telling their side of the story, and as per typical, none of the stories were fully matching up, just sort of kind of maybe. So I was like, okay, here's the thing. I think there was a misunderstanding. I think you're all really nice kids, and I think you just need to be nice to each other and forgive each other and apologize. So just since I don't know exactly who did what, I want each one of you to apologize to the rest of you, and you guys accept it, and then you're going to hug it out. So the first girl goes and she apologizes, and I said, okay. So the next girl goes and she goes, sorry. And I was like, I don't think you meant that. And she's like, yes, I did. And I was like, no, I would like you to apologize again and maybe mean it this time. And she's like, sorry. But at least she looked her in the eye this time. So I was like, okay. And then I move on to the next one, and then she starts crying. And I'm like, what the heck just happened? Why are you crying? Come to find out, she's crying because she was upset that I didn't believe that she meant. Sorry. She was upset that she didn't believe that I didn't believe that she meant she was sorry. Okay. So then we move on. And then next thing I know, the last one throws herself over in the corner and she's crying, and two of them are over there, and I'm like, so I'm consoling the first one, and I'm talking to her, I'm like explaining to her, why I said that and what happened, and then I finally got her calmed down and stopped crying, and I go over to the other one, and she's upset because I made her apologize because she didn't think she did anything wrong. I was like, I don't care if anybody did anything wrong. I don't know what happened, so I'm just saying all of you apologize. And she ended up fine. Yeah, she was fine. And then the second girl that was crying, the one that was upset that I didn't believe her, is upset again, and she's saying she doesn't want to be the part that she is. Which is, oh, by the way, one of the best parts. And I was like, I'm not taking your part away from you. And she's like, no, I really don't want it. I don't care if I'm just ensemble. And I'm like, okay, fine, then you pulled one of the other kids up. You're going to read this part. Thinking that she'd be like, no, she didn't do that. And I was like, oh my gosh, no, I'm not taking the part away from you. You won't be happy if I do that. Plus, it's not how it works. And so I pull her out, and I'm like, all right, what's going on? And she's like, well, they're saying that my part is mean and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, your part's not mean. Your part actually is acting the way they are because they care very deeply. And it's kind of like a parent when you do something that could harm you and the parent gets really upset and they're trying to keep you from harm. That's what your character is. She finally was like, oh, okay. So we went back in. That was fun. Then I go to New Star and we start working on our show. We're doing Fiddler on the Roof, and I thought, oh, all we have to do for this last dance is like the circles at the end. Hour and a half later, we finally got through it. Then we had break. But then the good thing is we started working on a couple of the other dances, and one of them I thought, this won't take too long. I think they'll get it done pretty good, and they did. And then the other one, I thought, oh, it's called Tevia's Dream, and I've been calling it Tevia's Nightmare because it has not been looking how I envisioned it. But you know what? We fixed it, and it looked really, really good. So, yay! All right, signing out. Have a great day.